Hello, I'm Dr. Bart Lenahan, principal of Tuckahoe Middle School and Tuckahoe High School. I'm privileged to welcome you to our district's Memorial Day commemoration. War is a condition of horror that fortunately many of us have not experienced. This weekend, we remember those who gave so much but did not return home to tell their story. The writer, Stephen Ambrose, details the story of heroics in his book, Band of Brothers, about World War II. The transformative soldier in the book is Easy Company's Richard Winters, who rose from lieutenant to major. Winters is highlighted for his courage in the Normandy invasion, helping the Allies to liberate France, the Netherlands, Belgium, and into Germany. Thousands died in those campaigns. Winters and his men also helped hold off the Germans in the famous Battle of the Bulge. Major Winters received no less than 15 decorations and medals. If you visit Utah Beach in Normandy, France, there's a statue of him for his heroism. Yet, years later, when his grandson asked him, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" he responded to him, "No, but I served in the company of heroes." So it is. This is a time for us to honor those whose story is untold, who did not come home from Iraq, Desert Storm, Vietnam, World War II, and sadly many others. We honor those whose names we pass by on the monuments we often take for granted. Those names call to us this weekend to remember that they too were sons and daughters, brothers and sisters. They were once people like us. They are no longer, for they made the ultimate sacrifice for a cause greater than oneself, so we can be free. Today, the Tuckahoe family remembers and honors them. Thank you and welcome.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Each year, students from the Tuckahoe School District participate in our Memorial Day Essay Contest to honor and pay tribute to all of the servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that each of us can enjoy the liberties and freedom of this great country. Over the past 15 months, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected all of us in a different way. I believe it's important to take a moment to respect and honor all of those healthcare workers, first responders, essential workers, and teachers who have worked so hard and made so many sacrifices to ensure the health and safety of all of us. This year, the Tuckahoe School District has selected 5 students to read their essays and express why Memorial Day is so important to them. In the 2nd grade, we have Camilo Oliva. In the 5th grade, we have Vincent Handy. In the 8th grade, we have Eleanor Hale. In the 9th grade, we have Skylar Bryce, and we also have 11th grade Thomas Wisner. We wish everyone a very happy and safe Memorial Day. Thank you.
Memorial Day is a very important holiday. First, we remember the soldiers who fought for our country. Next, we honor the soldiers who died for our country. Then we remember that soldiers protect our rights. Finally, soldiers give up spending time seeing their families for us. Everyone should celebrate Memorial Day to remember the soldiers who served America.
My name is Vincent Handy from 5F, and this is my Memorial Day essay. Memorial Day is an important holiday. It's not a holiday when you don't have school. It's to honor U.S. soldiers and all they've done for our country. They risked their lives fighting for a better future. I'd like to recognize a person who served our country, Miss Mariel Ferguson. She was in the Air Force, Aeromedical Evacuations Unit, serving during the Gulf War, making communication satellites. Therefore, medics can communicate with headquarters. Memorial Day is celebrated to honor soldiers who served our country. It's not a holiday when you have free time. It's much more than that. That's what Memorial Day means to me. And also, on behalf of our school, thank you, Miss Ferguson, for all your service.
Stay beside her in Memorial Day is a day to pay respect for those who have fallen serving our country. But how do we pay respect? Some people might think of laying flowers at soldiers' graves, singing patriotic songs, listening to war veteran stories, or taking extra time in your day to think and research. While these things are all important, there's a better way to thank and remember all those who lost their lives for this country. The best way to honor those who died is to be a good citizen. These people sacrificed their lives so we could have the rights and privileges to be a free American citizen. So we need to not make their sacrifice go to waste, but to follow their example and take every opportunity to help make this country a better place. Honoring our soldiers is voting in elections if we can, doing community service, sticking out for the people who don't have a voice, and despite our differences, coming together to solve problems in our society. By being a good citizen, we are paying respect for those who have fallen serving our country.
My name is Skylar Bryce. This is my Memorial Day essay. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Thousands of people have put their lives at risk to serve our country. In times of apprehension, it's crucial that we honor and remember on Memorial Day those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Like my father, U.S. Navy Lieutenant Commander Charles E. Bryce, who died in the line of duty in the year 2008. This year has been a series of hardships that has drastically affected our world. At the center of this pandemonium, brave men and women have stepped forward and helped to quell the raging storm of uncertainties. Recently, our country has experienced extreme adversity that has separated thousands of loved ones from their families, something that those who serve experience consistently. Thus, more appreciation must be shown to those who dedicated their lives to our country. For all that they do, we thank those who serve for allowing us to lead, though difficult at times, wonderful lives and ensuring that we have a tomorrow. Thank you.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and if freedom will be defended. George W. Bush, his speech following 9/11. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. Franklin Roosevelt, post-Pearl Harbor speech. Where were you when the world stopped turning? That September day. Where were you that December morning? What did you do when our country was at war? Did you pray? Did you weep for the children who lost their loved ones? Did you ever think about the men who had a boost of pride in their country and enlisted in the military? Think about the mothers, the fathers, and the children who lost their loved ones in combat defending our beautiful country. Not many can call themselves an American soldier, and it is very important to honor them for their service, especially the ones who lost their life trying to keep us all safe at night. To some, war is just a game they played as kids, thinking nothing much about it. We honor this day not for just the fallen, but for the children who grew up without their parents, or the mother who lost her child. Losing your life in combat is not the only soldiers we remember on this day. We have to remember the soldiers that were able to return. Soldiers that returned but couldn't forget the traumas of war, and claimed their lives due to gruesome things and actions. During times of crisis and unexpected events, it is always important to think back to the forgotten, lost, and family of the troops. We should never forget about the lost who were real good under pressure, or the ones who couldn't take off on Mondays or holidays. or weren't able to raise their sons or daughters. On Memorial Day, just take a little time out of your day to think about the American soldiers who risked their lives, each and every one of us.
Sometimes we must weep, and sometimes smiling murmur, be it so.
The focus of my comments today is the importance of Memorial Day. Today, we remember and honor the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Through selfless service, those we recognize today have protected our way of life and advanced the promise of our nation. When our servicemen and women put their lives on the line, we must remember them and their patriotism, their bravery, and their heart. Since the price of freedom is high, this day holds substantial meaning, not just for the families who have been forced to say their final goodbyes, but for our community. We must remember the courage and determination of our servicemen and servicewomen, as it represents the best in us all. In our fast-paced world, we must make a conscious effort to understand the meaning of all our holidays. It is easy to rush into this 3-day weekend to join your friends at a barbecue without taking the time to reflect on the meaning of this pause in our calendar. And that's why I am so happy we are doing this as a school community. We must remember the men and women who fought for our freedom and for a free world. For 20 years, we have been a nation at war. Almost 3 million Americans have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Over half of them deployed more than once. Those who returned are now community members, family members, neighbors, and friends. We also have many community members who fought in other wars. They have skills and they have stories that enrich our life and that we need to hear. And we also need to thank them all the community members, friends, and families who served and fought for our freedom. Everyone has a favorite superhero character. Hollywood produces epic cinematic portrayals of people with fantastical abilities running headfirst into danger so that others can live safely. Today, Memorial Day, let's remember the true superheroes of America, those who fought without the protection of superpowers, but with the passion for the promise of our nation. Today we thank those who fought for our country and the democratic values that we hold dear.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.